What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. So at the filming of this video, there has been a lot going on behind the scenes. I have been really buckling down and getting a lot of stuff behind the scenes done. There comes a time in life to where, and a lot of y'all will agree with this statement that I'm about to make. There comes a time in life where you just have to admit that you just got too much shit and you need to get rid of some. Well, for the past month or two, that's what I've been doing. Been getting rid of a whole lot of stuff that I just plain and simply don't need. I've actually scratched a couple builds off of my to-do list because, well, one, I ain't got the time. Number two, I ain't got the money. And number three, I ain't got the space for them. Ain't no reason to build something if it's just going to sit in a corner and rot. So, with that being said, a lot has pretty much just been swept out because I just ain't got the time for it, like say. So, basically the only thing that I am keeping is the Craftsman build that I have shown y'all in update videos but haven't started on yet because I've had so much stuff to do other than that. So I'm wanting to start on that build next, but we have an issue. What I'm wanting to do with that, a lot of the parts that I'm going to have to make that happen is on back order or out of stock or whatever. I can't get a hold of them. So that one is going to maybe have to be put on back order, or not back order, going to have to be pushed to the side for a little bit until I can get the parts in to start doing anything with it. So I thought to myself, what can I do to at least have something to start riding again? Well, the idea of picking up another project just to have something to work on and ride on until I get that one going sounded like a pretty good option in my opinion. Got the go-kart, been doing a lot of work to it in the background. I'm going to end up having to let that one go because of just things going on, and well, I just ain't got the motivation for it no more. So going to finish up a couple things on it and get it ready and get it moved. So I can have room for what I'm about to show you. Let me turn the camera around. Ladies and gents, let me introduce you to Big Booty Judy, aka one hell of a wheel horse. If I come around here, you know why her name's the way her name is. Yeah, that's a big one. So, there is a shopping list on this one, I tell you that. So, I just got back from Kannapolis, North Carolina, picking this up for a steal of a deal, just cause the guy just needed to get rid of it cause of reasons. Has an 18 horsepower opposed twin on it. Basically, it was a runner until stuff happens, and it just needs to be finished. So that's that. Got a pretty good shopping list going on it already. Basically just going to get it back running and just have something to, well, tear some stuff up on, I guess. Needs tubes and all tires. Those are not the ones that are going to go on it. These are actually the ones that are going to go on it to match the rear. Needs rewiring, needs a couple things plumbed, but really, it's not far from drivable. It's really not. Got to reattach the hood. As you can tell, it's held on by a bungee cord. Got to do that, but other than that, I mean, a battery, and it's ready to rock pretty much. So, really excited to be starting on this build. I haven't built a wheel horse before. I'm more of a Sears and a Craftsman guy, but I thought, what the hell, why not? It also came with this, what I believe to be a 16 or a 17 and a half opposed. Not entirely sure, but I don't really care either way, because this I'm basically just going to use for parts, because the guy did not have, that I could tell, this shroud right here, which is the whole reason why these cooling fins are here, because, well, that's basically like running an engine without a radiator, or not a radiator, but a fan shroud. It's going to cool, but it ain't going to cool effectively, because, well, the air is not going to go where it needs to go to cool the engine down. That's why the shroud is right here to protect it. So I have the same engine in the shop. So basically these starters will go on those. So basically I'm going to use this engine to fix up the one that I've already got and just go from there. Alright, so guys, it's been about, I want to say, three or 4 weeks since I've picked up the camera on this. So, catch up real quick. Got the front tires put on. Got the fuel plumbed to the motor, as you can tell. I cleaned up the wiring. The wiring, for one, was a complete disaster. So what I basically did is I ripped it all out and pretty much started over flat. Simple push button start on this thing, and I'll explain to you really quick how I did it. So basically on these opposed twins, you have, if you can see my finger right there, that connection right there, this white wire, this is going from your stator, which is up underneath this flywheel. When the flywheel spins, it charges your battery, and it engages things that are powered. For instance, this white wire, if you have an electric clutch or PTO, mowing deck, whatever, that's what this wire goes to a switch. If you have headlights, that's what this goes to. Also, this red wire, this is your charging wire to your battery. Now, let me explain what that goes to. This thing is ran off of what's called a single post solenoid, meaning you have your 2 posts. This one goes to your starter. This one goes to your battery. There's a third one, meaning my thumb, that is your exciter wire. Okay, now let me explain this. This wire, like I say, goes to your starter. That's where this wire right here goes to this wire. My middle finger, this post for the solenoid, which is right here, the solenoid itself is grounded to the frame. This wire right here goes directly to your battery, but it also connects to this wire, which feeds off that same post that charges your battery. Okay, your push button right here, push button start, you have 2 wires coming off of it. You have 1 wire that comes off of it that goes to my middle finger post, and then the other wire goes to this inline fuse and feeds from the inline fuse to your exciter post, which is my thumb right now. I will post up a picture of a diagram that I drew that explains that better than I can probably say it, because using my hand sometimes ain't efficient. So I will post up a picture of that right now. With all that being said, when you have all of that done right, and your, I forgot to say kill. Where does your kill go? This is the kill wire. Your kill wire is right there, in there somewhere. It comes out right there. It's the only black wire you're going to have. I don't know where the heck this goes. Probably ain't nothing. I'm going to cut it because I don't need it. This is extra. This thick wire right here is what you need. This thick wire goes to your toggle switch kill right there. And then the other side just goes right here. Or you can drill a hole in the frame and use that for your ground, which basically switches it on and off. And when that's right, and when everything correctly ran, you get this. It would also help if I put gas in it and it's not running off a choke. But you get the point. Also, I was briefly riding this thing around the yard and I realized very quickly that I have a massive amount of not belt slip but clutch slip. Basically what happens is you have too big of a belt for the width of what you're running. And that's can be solved, which is going to be solved. But basically what you're dealing with is either the belt itself is wore slap out and it's stretched, or in this case of what I think it is, that opposed twin did not come on this wheel horse. As you can obviously tell, it's a Craftsman engine. This is a wheel horse tractor. I'm pretty sure that this is the correct belt for this tractor. It's just the fact that the pulley that it's trying to run off on this engine is smaller than what came on it, which is why we're having clutch issues. That's why you have to fiddle with the clutch for it to do anything. So I'm going to yank the pulley off the motor and I'm going to get it maybe 1 or 2 sizes bigger and see where we are. Next paycheck, I will be ordering the tubes for these tires since it desperately needs them. Also, going to be modifying the hood because, like say, this engine didn't come on this tractor originally because the dadgone thing don't even fit under the hood. When this thing is on properly, the hood sits like that. And you can see actually where it's wore a spot right there. That didn't used to be there. But anyhow, that's basically catching up to everything. But yeah, that's about going to wrap it up for this video. Still got some parts I'm waiting on. I just ordered the tubes to go in the tires so that I can actually roll this thing around without it being a pain in the ass. I've got to do the hood next, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with my brakes, because I looked up underneath here. I don't know if y'all can see, but that shaft right there, let me get my flashlight. That shaft right there, if you can see that, that's supposed to have a brake disc and caliper assembly on it. It has none of such. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can source parts for this, which I'm pretty sure is a Peerless 636, I think. Either that, or I'm going to have to come up with some kind of a go-kart style brake or something of that nature. Not entirely sure yet, but we're going to save that for another video. So, with that being said, till next time, y'all.